Hey everybody, Logan here. Look what I've got for you today. If you're a GameCube fan, this one's gonna hit hard. I'm actually covering something sent to me from NYXI. The NYXI Wizard 2 White Special Edition doesn't just look like a GameCube controller, it feels like one too. From the iconic button layout to the curved grips and that satisfying A button pop, it's a modern reimagining of a classic. Oh, isn't it? It's like a WaveBird 2.0. But this isn't your old WaveBird. The beauty is equipped with TMR sticks, full motion controls, back macro buttons, and zero drift guarantee. Oh, and did I mention it can wirelessly wake your Switch or Switch OLED? Not your Switch 2, but it is Switch 2 compatible. In today's video, I'll unbox it, take it for a spin in some of my favorite GameCube games on the Switch, and let you know whether the Wizard 2 lives up to the hype as a modern GameCube style controller built for 2025 and beyond. Let's dive in. There it is, right here. See it? Yep, this is the NYXI Wizard 2. That's a WaveBird. That just looks like a white WaveBird. Now, NYXI has made some pretty awesome products for the Switch in the past, and they've even made some PC stuff. But my favorite one up to this point, I think, has to be, it's got to be the Warrior. I really enjoyed the Warrior controller. But now, NYXI reached out to me, decided to send me this, the Wizard 2. It says Bluetooth controller for Nintendo Switch, GameCube, Wii, and PC, which means it's got that adapter. So that's going to be pretty cool. I am honestly looking forward to using this on GameCube games on the Switch 2. Yes, it is compatible with the Switch 2. Not wake up function, but it's got wake up function for Switch 1. So keep that in mind. But I really like the look and the design. It's definitely the WaveBird, but it can attach to your regular Switch. So we're going to take a look at that as well. But let's look at the box first, because we can't do an unboxing without seeing the box. TMR Hall Joystick, 6-axis gyroscope motion sensing, straight line Hall triggers, dual switching triggers, mechanical micro switch buttons, NFC to scan amiibo. Awesome. That is awesome. So looks like pretty simple. So let's open her up. Alrighty, that looks really nice. So you've got the bar in the center that holds it together with the rails for the regular Joy-Con. It really has that WaveBird look without the piece in the back for the batteries. Got your two flappy paddles here in the back. Yes, I know people are like, they're not really flappy paddles. It's like, hey, I'm glad you guys are new here, but you're new here. Every controller, no matter what they are, I call them flappy paddles, and there's a reason. And if you want to know the story, you're gonna have to go back and watch some of the older videos. But there we go. We've got two back flappy paddles. Ooh. Are those trigger locks? Yes, full trigger locks on there. How awesome. I did not expect to see trigger locks on a WaveBird. Wizard 2, but still. Oh, that still feels great. Always with that GameCube setup, pressing the A button for some reason is always satisfying. I don't know why. That's just me. I like the fact that the D-pad is bigger. Wow, it's all mechanical. Got the nubbin. Now that's a nice little touch right there. You've got the NYXI logo on the nubbin. That is cool. And you've got the hexagonal gates like you do on the GameCube. they added the L and R buttons. So before on the original one, it's just the R, but this allows you to use it on pretty much every controller with these modern updates. So that should be the, yep. So that's the rail in the center that holds it together. That's really comfortable. And then this is the controller dongle for use on, well, I guess you could still use it on the Wii, Wii U, and GameCube, as long as you have the correct adapters for the Wii U, and if you have the Wii that has the GameCube ports on the top. So that should work, and of course you can use it with the Switch. There'd be no reason why you couldn't technically use it with the Switch if you want to use it with that, but then it's kind of redundant. You didn't really need it. But you get what I'm saying. And then you've got two Type-C cables because you have that right there, and then you've got, well, to charge it right there. So, all right, now I'm going to grab, yes, don't judge, this is my wife's Switch, because my Switches have been boxed up. They are put in the box. So this one is at least on, has power. So this is her Animal Crossing one. She loves her Animal Crossing. So we will all right. Okay, so that's one thing that I didn't notice from before. I had to put it in this screen for it to pair. There we go. That mechanical style D-pad just feels a little odd to me. It's one of those things you definitely have to get used to. I'm used to this being smaller and membrane. I like the way that feels though. It's not too loose on the rails. A lot of these third-party Joy-Con are gonna be loose. Is it as tight as the standard Switch ones? No. Are there tighter ones? Yes. But yeah, you can use it on there. It makes it pretty much a wide boy though. I would say I think I would rather use this as a Wavebird style controller. So let us turn this off. Well, it syncs right up. That's always a good thing. Let's move that to the side just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so we know it works fine with the Switch 1, but the thing is, let's test it on the Switch 2. I really want to see how it feels in a GameCube game, and then, of course, we're going to have to test it with, well, a game that uses Gyro. So, let's go to the Switch 2. Okay, so after that little thing, that's not the way I initially thought this was going to connect. So yes, it does connect with the Switch 2. I plugged it in because I wanted to make sure it is powered up enough, and according to this, it does have enough battery. So if you unplug it, it still works just fine. It's connected. It recognizes it as two Joy-Con and not a controller with this. Okay, makes sense because it technically is two Joy-Con. So that's how it's going to be recognized on your Switch 2. So keep that in mind. I've got Mario Kart here. Let's see how it fares with a Switch 2 game. So it feels fine. Like it plays just perfectly with that. Let's jump over to a GameCube game. Okay, so everything feels good. There's nothing wrong with this controller. I'm pleasantly surprised. All right. Snappy, feels good. The only thing I think, it feels wider than the original Wavebird, and honestly it is because you have this here and these are significantly further apart. But, all right, so it feels good playing a Switch 2 game, Mario Kart. It feels good playing a GameCube game on the Switch 2. Let's try it with, well, like I always test my games, with Crysis, because we want to see standard FPS functionality and gyro. All right, game's loaded up. Feels good, feels smooth. Remember, these are TMR sticks. Another thing you have to remember, when you're playing a Switch 1 game or playing it on Switch 1, you're only going to get 150 hertz. So keep that in mind. Snappy with the trigger locks. Let's take off the trigger locks. Okay. Rumble's nice. It's not overbearing. I do like it. That D-pad's going to take some getting used to. It's a little larger, and a mechanical D-pad of this caliber on the Switch is just something I'm not used to. I will say other brands such as 8-Bit Do and GameSir do approach it differently. Same thing with Big One. So it's rather different, but it's going to be one of those that it feels really nice. I do like the feel. It's just the press is going to take some getting used to, but it's a nice press. So it's just one of those, if you're not used to it, it's going to take a little bit. Control feels nice. Let's turn on gyro. Very accurate. I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but it's very accurate. Yeah, that's nice gyro. So, yeah, I can't complain about this controller. The only thing is, like I said, it didn't sync the way... I don't know why I wanted it to sync like a regular controller and not two Joy-Con. After doing that, it just makes sense that it would sync like two Joy-Con, but it does. So it works well on Switch 1, works great on Switch 2, no matter what you're playing. That's fantastic. The only gripe I have is I'm going to have to get used to the feel of that D-pad. I do like the mechanical style. It feels very comfortable in the hand. Now, one thing I want to do, I want to compare it to the OG WaveBird. There you go. There is my OG WaveBird. This is my original one from way back in the day. And as you can clearly see, it's definitely wider. I could tell in the hand, but it just makes sense being two Joy-Con. So, yep, D-pad significantly larger, smaller. You've got your nubbin sticks, but otherwise everything else. The buttons are bigger. You can definitely see that. You've got very similar sticks. Gates are very similar. Shoulder buttons, well, that one looks just pretty much the same, except you got now an L over here, and then you got 2 programmable flappy paddles, when back then that wasn't even a thing. But that still feels really good. These are the 2 different receivers. Now, this one's only for use on GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. Keep that in mind. Well, it's a GameCube controller. Now, this one, like I mentioned before, you can even use on PC. Now, one thing is with PC, it's a bit different. You see how you got the USB port on the top? This is going to act as the receiver on your PC, but you're going to have to plug it in Type-C to Type-A onto your PC, and then sync it here with this, just like you would the GameCube or whatnot, but that's how it's going to sync to your PC. That's going to have to sit on top. Yeah, I know it might look a little weird, but it's still going to work just the same. So keep that in mind. This is still your receiver, just plugged in via Type-C cable there. Alrighty, what do you guys think? Have you used the NYXI Wizard 2? I'm going to be using this for a bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you guys think about the Wizard 2. Do you guys like NYXI products? Have you used them? Do you plan on using them? Have you used the Wizard, the Warrior, the Chaos? What have you used? Tell me your stories with the NYXI brand. I definitely want to know. But thank you once again, NYXI, for sending me another awesome controller. And yeah, that's a very clean design as well. I like the design and the color. Hopefully my dirty grubby mitts don't get it all dirty. Thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. Be glad to answer whatever I can. Thank you guys so much. God bless each and every one of you. Hit that subscribe button like we always say. Be legendary. Thanks again.